Okay, thank you very much. Do you see the screen?
Yes, okay, it's okay.
Okay. So thanks, Dr. Kamel, for the presentation. Thanks for your invitation to the UNISEC-Global Meeting. Thanks for Japan colleague. Also, thanks for, let's say, attending and organizing this event at late hour in Japan now. So it's not very, let's say, useful for you. So thanks for all this. I will present the space capacity building plan of TELNET and the specific use case based on the launch of the first Challenge 1 satellite. So first of all, TELNET, we are created since 1994. We have 3 poles for research, development, and software and product, network integration and telecom, PLM service, and mechanical studies. We have 10 offices, 4 in Tunisia, 2 in France, 1 in Germany, USA, Saudi Arabia, Japan, and also in Moscow in Russia. We have expertise and engineering in embedded system and space technology in general. In terms of line of business, we are working since 13 years now in e-payment industry, media and multimedia, telecom, and also in the new activity, which is space and aerospace in general, because we are working in CubeSat for low Earth orbit and also in the technology of UAV and drones. Here there is, let's say, a summary of some of our partners and customers. So the added value of TELNET companies, there is also many research and innovation partners in Tunisia and also worldwide, working in research innovation project, in embedded system in general, in artificial intelligence, and also in space and aerospace activity. So TELNET focus concerning the space, we are focusing in the CubeSat for low Earth orbit because there is the market we are targeting to work on, as the space application are very huge and the investment and the return of investment is important for a private company as TELNET. And the space application include communication and IoT, Earth observation, logistic and geolocation, signal monitoring, scientific missions. So there is an important space application involvement in the focus of TELNET, and also the market is very important. We are talking about to 200 million in 2020, and there is this market will be multiplied in the next 5 years. So the launch of Challenge 1 is in 22 March 2021. So there is 2 years in orbit now, and there is many lot of applications that are done in Challenge 1, and we are now planning the launch of other CubeSat, and the objective is to develop ground segment as well as space segment. So the use case application for Challenge 1, I will present in the end of this my introduction here some use cases that are developed and validated. So in general, there is the list of use case is very, very important for Internet of Things and also Earth observation. So we are talking about the disasters, about infrastructure as for critical assist monitoring, site encroachment, in maritimes for monitor piracy, for sanction of compliance, in defense for border security, for damage assessment, in economic and in logistic for industrial facility monitoring, in supply chain assessment, for environment, for example, in terms of impacts of wildfires, human-caused event, in energy, and there is a lot of use case application now in energy as for equipment inventory, for pipeline monitoring, etc. The framework of TELNET, in fact, we are proposing based in, let's say, this market idea, this market trends in space activity, the focus of company in the CubeSat for low Earth orbit. There is 3 strategic axes we are build our strategy and business plan on. The first is to offer the development of home-built CubeSat for our partners. for Internet of Things or Earth observation, and these CubeSat are home built from design to production, and to integrate our partner at the first step of design of CubeSat. The second is to have the facilities, to develop Space Lab as Space Innovation Center in local for our partners for space technology, and namely for the know-how transfer, which is very, very important. The objective is not only to sell the CubeSat, but to know how to develop and to build next CubeSat, and also how to let's say, to plan and to have a business based on the CubeSat in orbit. And this is the advantage of the last point, which is the specific demonstrator and use case, which the objective is to show that with space we can resolve problems, ground problems, and we can build a business based on space data. So the architecture is based in 5 modules. I will present briefly these 5 modules. The objective is to develop and to launch the CubeSat. The CubeSat will be for Internet of Things. We focus in LoRa protocol in Internet of Things, and we let's say applied this protocol, which is originally dedicated to ground application. We applied this protocol to space, and we achieve many scientific results based on the use and the application of LoRa for space. So the objective is to launch the CubeSat, but first of all, we plan this 5 modular modules. The first one module is about space training. So to provide engineering and system architect with comprehensive and accurate approach for space training, for generality of space training, and we propose training process based in many phases. The first is the training level 1, generality about space, the space mission design. It can be for 1 month to have the first pre-selection. Then we can go forward to do the training level 2 and 3. It can be between 9 to 24 months. Let's say to provide final assessment and to create a kernel of engineering able to develop home-built CubeSat for their own needs. The module number 2 is to the multi-mission CubeSat solution from design to production. So here there is an architecture of 3U CubeSat, but we can work also in 6U. We have the program and the plan to develop the 6U CubeSat. So it's home built. So there is the ADCS, attitude determination control system, the onboard computer, telecommunication system, the electrical power system component, and also the payload, which are targeting Internet of Things and Earth observation application. The third module is very important also, and we are confident that the business is very important in ground segment. So the business in space is important in ground and more important in ground than in space. So the ground segment concerning the development of smart terminals, the development of telemetry receiving and satellite controlling station. The advantage is to have the telemetry data of the CubeSat, to send the command to the CubeSat, and to connect the CubeSat with terminals in order to collect ground data. The module number 4 is the Space Innovation Center. So the Space Innovation Center, we include first ground station facilities as the CubeSat controlling station, and also will include the use case business and development line that will be developed first in this Space Innovation Center. Also, the Space Innovation Center can include in optional CubeSat and user terminal development manufacturing activity, engineering tools, mechanical, electronic, and software, clean rooms, for example, mechanical and electronic machinery, and all the test bench facilities in order to have all the needed tools and local facility to develop the next CubeSat by our partners. The second, the last module, the module number 5, is very important one, is the use case for space line of business. So this module is very important as it shows the return on invest in the space CubeSat. to show that CubeSat in low Earth orbit can have business and can have specific use case to resolve ground problematics and ground issues. So the demonstrator will allow connectivity, for example, here, in terms of IoT, between 1,000 of user terminals in different area. The use of multi-mission CubeSat will increase the use case number. Today, we are working not only in China, for example, as Kenny is, and other partners that launched their constellation of CubeSat. So we are working on to develop a mutual solution based on our tools and their facilities in order to offer a global solution for our partners. The innovation to business is a very important part in this module of use case for space line of business, as it allowed the creation of new startups, a job for local engineering, and also new opportunity for research and development. Here, there is some example of some codes for use case application that are already developed by TELNET for DEMS monitoring, for agri-tech, for carbon monitoring and carbon, let's say, consumption of some facilities. Pipe leaks is very important one. Also, we developed a solution for safe and rescue for tracking of human and animals. It's very important also in some region. Messenger to send, let's say, triggered message in case of danger. And also we develop application for intruder to protect some private and secured area. We develop also some innovative product that will be integrated in the ground segment as the rotator or the SATCOM. The rotator will be integrated in the user terminals in order to increase by 10 the time of visibility of CubeSat in one region of interest. So there is a tracker of satellite algorithm and also intelligence in terms of let's say having the green light or not to track or not the CubeSat in some scenery and in some let's say thematic. The concentrator is very important also as it can collect and connect many sensors and many actuators to the use case. So when we are talking about 1,000 of sensors, so the use of concentrator is very important in order to having and to install and to build the local network for the use case. Here there is some example of successful use case. So with the dam monitoring infrastructure installation, here we have some product and some solution in Tunisia for monitoring of dams. Here there is the installation of TELNET to do this kind of monitoring, and the advantage of TELNET solution is that there is end-to-end solution. So we finish by the final dashboard that can be here, for example, it's integrated in website and also in smartphones. In order here, for example, the problematic is to have in 4 times a day as for the 4 pass of satellite in region of interest in Tunisia, to have 4 times a day data about water quality, about water amount in the dam, and to have more details about the dams in 4 times a day. It's very important to can monitor this kind of infrastructure in Tunisia. So here, for example, there is a use case. In our strategy, all the use case we need to develop, first of all, will be in Tunisia. So all these are proof of concept. So we are not in commercial, let's say, scenario. For now, it's only a proof of concept to validate the idea. And then if we go forward, we can go to commercial business and to go to business solution. It's not only for Tunisia. We hope that it will be applied for Tunisia, but this kind of proof of concept now is in marketing for applying in some other countries and with other partners. The objective is to see here, for example, that it's more better with one CubeSat. Here there is the solution with one CubeSat and one ground station. So if you use more CubeSats in orbit and more ground station, we can have more accurate data. And this is very important. It depends on the use case of the application. So we are ready to apply and to optimize our solution based on the partner need. There is other example here in Saudi Arabia for palms farm monitoring dashboard. So there is proof of concept to having, it's the same idea to collect the data about 12 sensors that are integrated in 13 palms. It's a proof of concept farm. So it's the objective is to then to enlarge this use case to many other trees and many other farms in Saudi Arabia. And the objective is the same, is to have an idea to collect data about the palms farms and to have an idea, accurate idea about the need of irrigation and the need of chemical treatment for this palms farm. The same proof of concept is done also here also in Tunisia for Smart Agritech dashboard. It's in the region of Bousselem, near Beja, the northwest of Tunisia. And here also the CubeSat collect all the data from sensors. Here it's for cereals lands in Tunisia. So typically here we are talking about non-connected areas. So there is area, what we call white areas. So the white area are area that can be connected by a ground solution, but this connection should be or will be very expensive. Or in some cases, for example, for DAME's use case, it's complicated or very difficult. So in this case, the satellite or the CubeSat in low Earth orbit is the best solution to connect this kind of white area. Here there is an example of white area which lack of connection. So the CubeSat, we collect all the data from sensors from this land, and then also the CubeSat send a command to activate some actuators in these lands in order to do some irrigation solution for some problems. So to resume and to conclude, the added value of let's say what our strategy is different from other companies. First of all, is the innovation to business. We are involved in this strategy to build a new startup based on space data science, based on our CubeSat and our ground station, but also based on future collaboration with our partners, with Tunisian partners. We do many collaboration with university, with engineering school here in Tunisia. So we have many contact with Mr. Kamel, with Dr. Awinet, with Riyad Abdel Fattah. So they are colleagues here in Tunisia, and we are very glad to work with them. It is very important to convert this scientific and technological solution to innovation by building a new startup and new business. Also to provide CubeSat and space component full training. So this is very important, and other company don't provide this kind of solution of full training program to build home build CubeSat. So the home build 6U CubeSat, for example, here in the program, but we can also propose 3U CubeSat with two principal mission, Internet of Things and Earth observation for local needs. Also, we provide a full access guaranteed to all satellite data collected. So this is very important to have the full access to the data collected to the satellite. Also, there is possibility of firmware update as needed for research and innovative project. It's very important because we can launch the CubeSat. Then if we need to do more experiment and more research and innovation projects, we need to do a firmware update. And so the access to the satellite to do this kind of update of algorithm is very important. The use case is the module that is very important to, let's say, highlight the CubeSat in orbit and to highlight all the results. The Space Lab, the objective and the main of the Space Lab is to have capacity for satellite production and operation in local. To conclude, there is the final slide. The plan program of TELNET, in general, we are focusing in 6 axes. So the research and innovation is very important for us, for artificial intelligence, for enhanced system, for Earth observation. We are working in new generation of IoT payload based on LoRa protocol. based also narrowband IoT and 5G protocol. So this is very, very important to be in, let's say, the new phases of the new generation of IoT payload. We are, for example, active member of LoRa Alliance consortium, and we are working in several projects with many partners in Toulouse. We are based in Toulouse in Aerospace Valley. To be, let's say, active member in the research and development European project. And we aim to develop and to do so research and innovation project with with the Japan partners, with the involvement also of Tunisian University and Laboratory of Research. Engineering consulting is our, let's say, historic axis of working. So we do engineering consulting for embedded system, turnkey design service for test verification and validation. The very main important for business is the space data as a service, how to develop use case, how to validate codes in orbit, and how to do IoT and space market to business. The turnkey satellite is very important one, is to provide the platform and payload and space mission design, and also the launch and the certification of CubeSat. The CubeSat on orbit needs about 13 certification, and the test and validation is very important phases for all the turnkey satellite. The training on space is very important module that we propose for know-how transfer, for development support, and also for certification and qualification to have space engineering with certification in order to develop the next Tunisian CubeSat. And the last point is about the infrastructure based in the space component. So we developed the ground station. The concentrator tracker is a new innovative product that optimize the time of visibility of the CubeSat, and is very important. And also we finish by the development of smart terminals, which are why they are smart, because they are autonomous. They have a PV cell to have the energy, and also they have prediction about the CubeSat path, and they can be in on or in off position. It depends on the data that are collected internally by each terminals. Thanks for your attention. I will finish and ready to answer if you have some.